Thank you so much for joining. My name is Nadia Tash. I'm health and life coach. You're listening to a live stream on my business page. And this is the live stream for my closed Facebook group, Friends in Health. We communicate once a week during our live streams on different topics that are of support for in our wellness journey. So Friends in Health is for our daily encouragement, motivation, and inspiration in your wellness journey, because community is everything. You can do things by yourself, but it's much more fun to do it together. And you have a much more higher percentage of achieving your goals. So that's the purpose of our group, Friends in Health. And today's conversation is about the power of simplicity. So if you hear something that resonates with you really well, or you hear something you disagree or you really hate, put it in the comments. I'm really curious to know where you stand on this topic and what's your vision. All right, so let's talk. I'm actually moving my notes to a different place so I see who is watching and I can see your comments. Ashley, thank you so much for watching. All right, so the power of simplicity. I've been thinking about what will be our next talk, and I took some time to contemplate and really be with what's important for us. And all of a sudden, this topic came to me because it's the story of my business life maybe, but for most of us, it's just the story of life, especially nowadays. So imagine our life, and we've got so much to do. We've got a personal life, we've got relationships, we've got health, we've got business, we've got studying, we've got just family, so much on our plate, and there's only 24 hours, 7 days a week. How can we get all of this done in that period of time? It's just impossible. And all that information around us and social media, hello, it just adds up to our busy life, and seems like word busy is one of the most used words nowadays. So, and at the end of the day, you feel like you're so overwhelmed with just stuff that it seems like it's so easy to lose yourself, lose what's important, yes, lose where you're heading, and just people are pulling you to different directions, circumstances are pulling you to different directions, and you got to attend to all of it because it seems like important, and you just lose, am I going to where I want to be going? It's like catching a train, but all of a sudden you just lost what train are you actually on. Lose focus. And so really, but on the other hand, it's us who complicate our life, who make it busy, overwhelming, so forth, so on. So how would I even put it in the words? It's up to us. We create our life and we put terms in what this life is, almost like justifying why we are so busy and explaining. And you probably heard an expression, before you move a new furniture in the house, you got to get rid of old furniture. So it's very similar here. So let's kind of step aside, okay? And here's how I came to this topic, sharing my personal story. Back in 2009, I enjoyed a fabulous wellness company. Yes, I knew it was an incredible company. It's 100 years old. 100 years old, they've got so much information they can share, so much history, so much science, so many products. They're just fabulous. So what I wanted to do is to give everything I knew that I can give to my potential customers. I step back, if somebody did to me what I did to other people back in 2009, I would run away 100 miles an hour from that person. Do not give me that TMI, too much information. And I felt it was important. They need to know this, and that. And I would give them so much information. And for years, I was struggling with growing my business, not knowing why. I gave them everything I knew. But guess what? Information doesn't mean transformation, especially nowadays. The more information we have, seems like the more we can get lost, overwhelmed, and ain't not going to do anything. So it's not really about information. So what is it then about? Well, it's simplicity. It's making it simple. First of all, for yourself, making it simple for others. Make your goals and your plans simple. And to be honest, I joined that company in 2009, and this concept came to me a year and a half ago. Since 2009, it took me that many years to bring that concept to understanding. Well, that's not about giving that much information. It's about making it simple. I don't want you to spend all these years figuring that out. And it's not just about growing the business, right? It's about just overall in our lives. So more information doesn't mean transformation. More actions doesn't mean transformation. Being busier doesn't mean you're going to reach your goals. So what is it? Simplicity. How can you make your life simple? What is the simplicity? All right, so let's see. It's some perspective, it's really almost like decluttering the old furniture and make your space simple, make your space available for something else. So let's see, I have this corner of my room empty. So it actually does have space for, it's simple, just a wall, and it has space for my new creations. If I had all that corner cluttered with whatever that I'm not even using, that's making complicated, that's overwhelming. So let's say point number one is simplicity in your health journey. So let's say that you want to lose 20 pounds by June 20. So 90 days, 3 months. That's pretty simple, right? So how do you do that? The goal is simple, and the trick is here is not to do it all at once. That's where you get overwhelmed, and that's where you get so overwhelmed that you're feeling so frustrated and you're just feeling stuck, and most likely you give up, you feel like a failure, you don't want to do it again, and it's like a vicious cycle. So not to do so much at once. Maybe you even heard, what is 1% you can do today to reach your goal? 1%. Maybe it's instead of eating chocolate, instead of eating ice cream, have a small chocolate bar, tiny. Maybe it's instead of drinking coffee, drinking a green tea. This is my cup today. So 1% a day. When you do, and really when you want and need to change so much in your life, when you need to change much, you can handle very little change at once. So if you know I got to work on my money, my relationships, my health, don't work on all of it together. Do just 1% every day. Imagine 30 days, it's 30%. That's incredible. All right, going through my notes. So simplicity is the key. One step at a time, 1% a day to reach your goal. Nothing radical. Oh, so here is one of the very important conversations. It might seem like a very radical to do, and you'll say, oh, you're crazy, that's selfish. But listen, put yourself first. You are a priority. You are the priority. Put yourself first. It's that simple. The simplicity starts with you. You may say, why is she saying put myself first? What about my kids? What about my spouse? What about my boss, my job, and all that? Well, okay. So you give your time to your kids, you give your time to your spouse, you give your time to your boss, you take care of some errands, some laundry, do this, do that. You took care of everybody and everything, and now you gotta go to bed. You really did not take care of the most important person in your life, which is you. So when you take care of everything and everybody else, leaving yourself somewhere behind, you're filling somebody else's cup, so-called, and you're so empty in your own cup that your cup doesn't really have anything to give. So you're really disservicing others by draining yourself to the point where you're so tired. In my case, back in 2009, I was so sick and tired, literally. Every month I was sick because I was taking care of my family, taking care of my kids, my husband, and I really didn't do anything to take care of myself. So I emptied my cup so much every day that there was nothing left for me. I was sick, I was tired, I was angry, I was whatever else I was, that I do not want my kids to see me that way. I don't want them to see me yelling at them. I don't want my husband to see me angry or frustrated, but I will be if I have not filled my own cup with love, peace, happiness, gratitude, etc. I am the first person for myself. You are the number one person for you. You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta fill your own cup with love, gratitude, with power, with energy. When your cup is full and overflowing, that's where you have enough to give to everything and everybody else. That's that simple. I'll give you my own example health-wise. The way I fill my own cup, I just go to the gym. Yep, sometimes I even do it in the evening when the kids at home, but I do cook the dinner in the way the dinner is ready, and I just go. They will eat without me once a week. That's all right. But I'll be so happy when I'm done in the gym. And when I come back, I am my 100% happy mom. That's what I want my kids to see. Not frustrated mom because I cooked the dinner, I stayed at home, didn't spend any time for me, but I was for my kids. But I'm not 100% mom anymore because I'm not happy I didn't go to the gym. So I prefer to do the other way. Go to the gym and be happy for my kids. All right, so the point number 2, let's see if, just a quick example, the simplicity in relationships. So let's say you have a tough conversation with either your boss, with your friend, with your spouse. So you have a conversation, they said something, the first natural reaction you get, irritated, angry, something didn't go well, you just feel like, ah. Well, how about, make it simple, step aside. If you have been in our group long enough, you probably heard the conversation from me. There are 2 parts of our brain. That's simple. One part of the brain is our critter brain. It takes care of us on the instinct and survival mode. So it keeps us alive, basically. All the emotions, all the reactions, it's all the critter brain. You got angry, that's your critter brain helping you survive. The other part of the brain is prefrontal cortex. That's your human brain. That's the brain that wants peace, that wants you to be better, bigger. It wants change. So that's why sometimes you feel like two brains are fighting with each other. Yeah, almost like they are. And when you step aside, observe yourself, really observe yourself. Oh, isn't that interesting? My body is feeling angry. Isn't that interesting? So you have a choice whether to give your critter brain and react, or give your prefrontal cortex choice and actually act. And action can be, okay, my body is feeling angry. Okay, what can I do to make myself happy? If I make myself happy, I have a chance to bring peace in this conversation. In my case, I may give a few seconds, just be there, let the initial reaction pass by. My prefrontal cortex is waiting. My hormones calm down, and then I have a chance to act. I have a chance to say something not with anger, but with peace and love. So observation, stepping aside and observe what can be done in terms of action, not reaction. That's simple. All right. And point number 3, almost like summarizing everything, is just ask yourself a question: what would make my life more simple? Almost every time when you feel overwhelmed, what can I do to make my life simple? And it's all, if you have to cancel an appointment that doesn't serve you, do that for any means. It will make your life simple. Simplicity in everyday actions. So let me actually step aside and look at what's important for your life. What's important for my life? Maybe let's start with making a list of 5 areas that are important for your life. Health, family, finances, relationships, time management, anything that you can put that is your priority list. The 5 most important areas of your life. And then look at your planner, look at your schedule. Are your everyday actions correlating with your 5 areas that are importance of your life? If not, make a change. How about just 1% a day? Change something. Act towards the areas of importance in your life. This list sounds weird, almost doesn't sound like me, but don't overbook, don't compromise, don't overdo, don't take too much on. Make it simple. And so let's see. And when you plan, it's not really time management, it's how you manage yourself in the time that everyone has 24/7. It's planning according to your priorities and act according to your priorities. Leave non-important stuff for later on. Strive for important areas of your life. And if you have heard, I believe it's called the priorities quadrant. So it's a square that has 4 areas. And one of the areas which is focusing on non-urgent but important, that's the area you want to stay in, not the area that is urgent and not important. If you stay there all the time, that's you being overwhelmed, that's you being stressed out, and it just not letting you aim towards what's important to you. Always look at that priority that is not urgent and act towards it. All right. And coming back to the initial point, is decluttering is the fun part for me. When I declutter, it's usually my weekend. I don't take too much. Again, it will be overwhelming. I focus just on a small corner of my house. or the office, and I just declutter that small part. I make it simple, and one small corner every weekend, the house becoming cleaner and cleaner, and then I have really physical space that actually also gives me the inside clearing, inside space to create, just to be the space for creation. All right, so that's the conversation about the power of simplicity. Play with it. I'm curious, what was the most aha moment for you from this video? What was maybe the insight, appreciation, the new information that you learned? Maybe there's already something that you're using for your everyday actions to make your life simple. So I'm curious, leave us a comment and let's talk. I also would like to invite you, if maybe you're already on a great path to make your life simple, to reach your goals. Maybe you are not yet sure where to start. You kind of have a goal, but not sure, or you totally got it, like the life is rocking. So wherever you are, consider joining us for a fun virtual visual board party. We're going to have it this Thursday at noon Central Time on Zoom Room from, let's say it will be 45 minutes. Not sure how it will go, how many of us, but this is an amazing opportunity to bring all your priorities in and create what you want this year. Create your vision. It's not the dreams, maybe. It's really a vision that you want to strive towards. Make it simple. Don't do too much. 5 areas. What will they be? All right, so I will probably post a link for the visual party right here in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you there. As soon as you RSVP, you will see the instructions how to join the workshop, and let's visualize together. Let's create a vision board. Make your life simple, visualize, and reach your goals. Thank you so much for listening. This was Nadia Tach, Health and Life Coach for Friends in Health, conversation on the power of simplicity. See you in the community.